Hi, Leo. My name is Darlene Dotson, and this is your Destiny of Truth for March of 2021. Now, Leo, on the 3rd, we start Venus in Pisces in your eighth house, and that's sextiling Uranus in Taurus in your 10th house. Okay? And you are making changes, Taurus. Well, let's back up. Let's go into the sextile. Remember, the sextile can only be used if you put the work into it. Okay? If you don't do the work, things are going to remain the same and nothing's going to change. Okay? So let's start from there now. Now we've got Uranus and Taurus in your 10th house, and you're changing the way you use your power. You're looking at your power and you've been changing it. And you have got Venus in your 8th house in Pisces. So you're looking at your intimate relationships, and your creative abilities and your desires. And you're using those desires to change your power because you know that your power is an inside job. Nobody else can give it to you. Then we've got Mars in Gemini in the 11th house. And Gemini is all about our communications, our day-to-day environment, our siblings, and you're making the changes because it's in your 11th house. And you are putting your actions with Mars into that area of your life. And you're changing those desires and those dreams and those goals and the groups that you belong to and your friendships. You're changing, okay? And you're changing the dynamic of everything because of that. Now, on the 4th, we have got Mercury in Aquarius in your 7th house, and that's conjunct Jupiter in Aquarius in your 7th house. And you are communicating within a partnership. Okay, you are communicating in a big way, and it's going to be, within a friendship, your desires and your aspirations and your goals, and this is what you're communicating. Then on the 10th, you are shining your light in an 8th house matter. You're being creative with the desires that you have, whether they're intimate desires, whether they're creative desires, but you are definitely shining your light there. And you are looking either at a creative endeavor or the scars that others have left on you, okay? But I think, Leo, that you're looking at creative endeavors. Um, you know, or, I'm hoping that that's what it is. If you're looking at, the lies and the illusions that you've painted for others, then let me just say this: go do something creative that day. Shine your light in that way, okay? Get out of the funk, because the 8th house can be hard, okay? Get out of it by going and doing something creative, you know, but know that you've always got to face the scars that others left on you and that you've left on others. Then on the 13th, we have got Venus in Pisces again in the 8th house, and it's conjunct Neptune in Pisces in the 8th house. And again, I really do think that you're putting your actions into the desires that you want. to accomplish in your life. I think that you're putting yourself into your creative endeavors. You're using your intuition, and you're moving forward in a way that you can show your love by, looking behind and seeing what your real desires are for people. Then on the 15th, we've got Mercury entering Pisces in the 8th. And oh my, and you are communicating your psychic ability that day, pretty much, okay? And if you're not tapped into that power, then you are looking at your own communication skills behind the scenes that have left scars on others. Then on the 16th, we have got the Sun in Pisces in the 8th house, and that's sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in the 6th house. And you're shining your light again in your desires, okay, using your intuition. And because of it, you're transforming your work life, your health. You're looking at your physical health, you're looking at your emotional health, and because of it, it's transforming your work life because you are shining your light on your desires. Then on the 20th, we have got the Sun in Aries in the 9th house, and it's spring equinox. So, because it's entering that 9th house, that's your higher mind, higher philosophies. It could be your religion. It could be internet, broadcasting, education, well, higher education, travel. Okay, you're shining your light in all of these endeavors right now, and will be why the Sun is in Aries. Then on the 21st, we've got Mercury in Pisces in your 8th house, and that's sextiling Uranus in Taurus in your 10th house. Now, Uranus again is about change, and you've got to use this energy to make the changes that you want. You want to be stable in your power. You want your finances to be stable. Well, you're going to have to make the changes in order for that to happen. And that means you're going to have to communicate your desires. You're going to have to transform all of this, okay? Because on the 21st, also, we have got Mars in Gemini in the 11th house, and that's trining Saturn in Aquarius in the 7th house. And this is an energy that happens easily. We don't have to do any work, but we can be lazy and not use it. And we know Saturn has been restricting our partnerships in our life. And you can overcome that with the actions that you're putting in to your dreams and your aspirations, with your friendships, with the groups that you belong to. You can overcome the restrictions, but you got to do the work. Then on the 9th, okay, we have got Venus entering Aries. I'm at the 9th, sorry, the 21st. We've also got Venus entering Aries in your 9th house. And, you're going to love, the actions that you're taking with your higher philosophies, with your religion, with your higher education, with the travel that you're doing, with broadcasting, internet, media. You're going to love these, what you're doing in this area of your life, because Aries rules the first house. So it's an action that you're taking within yourself that you're going to love. Okay. And it's taking you into things that you actually love. Then on the 23rd, we have got Mercury in Pisces in the 8th house, squaring Mars in Gemini in the 11th house. And this is a day that your actions, okay, and what you're saying don't match up, okay? Your desires that you're voicing, okay, because or thinking about are in Pisces, and there hasn't been boundaries there because Pisces has no boundaries. Or it could be your intuition, okay? That is squaring the actions that you're taking within your dreams, your friendships, the groups you belong to. You're going to have to look and see how you need to get your actions and your voice on the same page. We all do that though. Sometimes, we say one thing and do another. And that's a day that you've got to overcome this issue. Now on the 25th or the 26th, depending what coast you're on, we have got the sun in Aries in the 9th house, conjunct Venus in Aries in the 9th house. And you're shining your light, like I said, in those 9th house matters. And you're loving what you're doing in these 9th house matters. Whether you're traveling, using your brain, your mind for new ideals, higher education, philosophies, but it's new. Something new is happening here. And then on the 28th, we have a full moon in our 3rd house in Libra. And where there has been communications with no boundaries within a partnership, that's going to end, okay? Whether the partnership is removed from our life or the behavior that has caused this issue to happen, okay, is going to leave our life, or or it's some kind of boundary issue, because Libras want to be loved, okay, and they will put their own needs aside in order for somebody else to love them. Well, they're going to end this behavior somehow. Well, this behavior is in your 3rd house of communication. You are no longer going to communicate what others want to hear. You're going to communicate what you need to say to others. You're not going to let them overstep your boundaries in communications. You're going to definitely keep boundaries there. Then on the 29th, okay, we have Mercury and Neptune conjunct each other in Pisces in the 8th house. And you're using your intuition, your psychic ability to communicate your desires with others. You're showing them how capable you are in this sector of life. You're communicating your desires. You're communicating how creative you are. And you're showing others, and you're putting out your higher vibration. You are living from a higher vibration. Because if you're communicating through illusions and lies, it's going to be a bad day. And the way you escape that is by being truthful and living in a higher vibration of this power. Because, Neptune, the hardest thing I ever went through was when my Venus, natal Venus, was squared transiting Neptune. And it showed me how my partnerships were built on illusions. And this could be a day that, your addictions is also eighth house matters, that you could be looking at an addiction that, that you have, and how it has harmed communications with someone that you're very close to. Then on the 30th, we have Venus in Aries in the ninth house, sextiling, okay, Saturn in Aquarius in a seventh house. And you have felt alone in a partnership. You feel that your partner is trying to restrict you, okay? But if you use this energy on that day, you can overcome, okay, these issues if you use your higher mind, your higher philosophies, if you take a trip, if you are using loving actions, in a way that you are broadcasting, or you being religious, you're going to be able to overcome the restrictions that you feel about being alone in a partnership. Because on the 31st, again, you can overcome this aloneness that you feel in a partnership if you shine your light on traveling, your higher mind, your philosophies, your education, doing what's right, a new ideal. Because let's face it, Leo, the old way is not working, okay? And you've been steadily, moving into a new way of being. But, and I mean, with it being the ninth house, it can be a foreign concept, okay? And you're going to have to continue on looking at this, because it's the only way you're going to overcome those illusions, that you have in your life. Now, if you're using it in a good way, then there's no illusions. You're facing everything in a higher minded way, in a truthful way. And you're using the Neptune energy in a way to create what you truly desire, and not something that is an addiction, okay? Because you've got addictions and you've got desires, and the eighth house rules both of them. And if you use the eighth house with Neptune there in a higher minded way, then you are going to be creative and come out ahead. Okay. But if you are using it to feed those addictions, it's not going to end good. So, Leo, just know that you're capable of making that transformation that needs to happen. I mean, Pluto is creating a sextile. If you use it, you can overcome the addictions, okay, that are making havoc on your health. Or you can use it, your light, in a positive way to move your health in a positive way. Or, your work, wherever you're feeling suppressed within that partnership, you can change it. Now, we are using the Cat Tarot, okay, for the month of March. Okay. Yeah, that's a sword. That's okay. All right, we got the Ten of Swords here. These are a little different, and that's why I had to look, because, see, we got a little thing up there. Well, that stands for swords. It's not just like a sword being there. But we got the Ten of Swords. And with swords, we are taking action, okay? And someone is trying to get away with mischief, okay? It could be you or it could be someone else. You know, now they're trying to take what isn't theirs to take, okay? You know, they need to face the music in some type of thing. You know, the only way that they are going to be able to deal with things are to deal with them head on. You know, it's the best thing I can suggest to you right now is to hold on to what is yours. You know, whether that be emotional, intellectual, financial. It's a sword, okay, and it's a tennis sword. So something, you know, there's a fight going on, okay, with someone, and it's over something that doesn't need to be, okay? And with it being an eighth house matter, it could be over, like I said, a drug addiction. It could be over a financial matter that has to do with money. It could have to do, but it's definitely an eighth house matter why you're fighting. You're fighting over desires, you know, and, you know, partnerships, like I said, you feel like you're restricted. Well, you're going to have to look at the why you feel like you're restricted in that partnership, and make the changes from that area, because Pluto, he's in our sixth house, okay? He rules our physical health. He rules our work life, okay? Well, you've got some type of desire that can manifest if you're using it in the right way, okay? But you're going to have to make changes that get rid of that issue that you have in your work life or in, you know, your physical life. And you're going to have to look at your partnerships, because that's where you feel like you're restricted. Okay? Why do you need to change a sixth house matter that has to do with a partnership that you feel like you're being restricted? Are they trying to restrict you from this partnership matter because it's unhealthy for you? Okay. Are they trying to restrict this thing that, the partnership, because they want are they using their higher mind, or are you using your higher mind? But somebody, there's got to be a compromise here, and you're going to have to look at both sides of the story, not just one side. And, you're going to have to look at what they want. You're going to have to look at what you want and meet in the middle. But you can't do it just because they want it. You got to do it because it comes from your heart. So, but anyway, Leo, that is your forecast for the month of March. I love you, and I wish you a blessed journey in the month of March. And, all I can say is I'll see you in March, and many blessings. Bye.